Hi you guys. Okay, so quick update on a few things. Side effects of the G tube being placed are getting better. I'm still in pain. It's better though. I don't have a lot of consistency yet, so I can't say like I'm gonna be okay until 12:30 or I'm gonna be okay until 2:30. Like every day seems to be different. I'm sure it's whatever I'm doing that's making a difference. Frustrating, but at least it's not, I'm not in agonizing pain like I was before. So let's see here. Okay, so there's my awesome tube. I have it taped so if anything gets caught, it doesn't pull. And that's what it looks like. It won't look like that much longer because as soon as I have the other, the J part of it finished, it'll be a different kind of tube. I'm not certain. Let me see if I can set you guys down there. Okay, so the metal clips and the sutures are still in place, kind of holding everything together. So I've got one there, and then another one on that side. This one I really think is the culprit. I can move the tube and there's not like a huge amount of pain. This one, like, I don't feel at all. Like the clip that, the clip that's under there. This one not too bad either. But this one, like, if I get anywhere even close to it, like, I feel those, like, shooting awfulness happening. So it tends to, like, get my ribs, and then it, like, digs in underneath, and then it lights up my whole side, and it hurts my shoulder, and it hurts my arm. And I do this whole, like, T-Rex thing because everything hurts so bad. It's really not a lot of fun. I'm glad that it's getting better. When it gets really bad, I have a hard time breathing because it literally feels like somebody is, like, in the prison yard, like, shanking my left lung, like, under my ribs. It literally just feels like, oh, it's awful. Oh my gosh, it's so awful. I wish I would have known that there was any possibility whatsoever that this could happen, so I was some kind of prepared for it. Like, literally, if it is a side effect of something, I'm gonna get it. And nobody in my health system that I was dealing with had ever dealt with a complication like that, which is frustrating. Especially when there's like 8 interventional radiologists and I don't know how many GIs, and lordy, talk about a rough go of it. So as of tomorrow, which is Friday, it's 2 weeks since the placement. And so I think I made it like, well, I got 12 days post-op before anything started settling down. It is really, really hard. I'm super glad I'm on like the uphill swing of things again. Yeah, that wrecked me. I will not lie. It was awful. I'm obviously concerned when I go back in to have hopefully the J placed that this won't happen again. Like, by the time we have the J placed, my clips and sutures are supposed to be gone. And so if one of those is the culprit, hopefully this won't happen again. With knowing how I was, maybe we can have something in place just in case it does happen again. obviously I'm petrified. It was the worst pain I have ever had. I mean, I have a kid, I have had kidney stones, I had an incredibly difficult hysterectomy. This so far and above exceeded the awful that I have dealt with any other, and I've had an adult tonsillectomy. It was so bad. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. I couldn't brush my hair until today. Today's the first time I've brushed my hair. My mom was doing it for me in the hospital. Food-wise, I'm not feeding. I have a real hard mental time right now with anything that happened in the hospital. And so them like force feeding my G-tube when I was saying no, I have a really, really, really hard time with that. I filled out, hold on a second, I've got to get down and it takes me a minute. I filled out a survey about the hospital stay. And you know, they ask about the facility and they ask about the techs and the nurses and the doctors and all that stuff, and I very much told them what I thought about that hospital stay, and that I'm in one of supposedly the best health systems in the country, and I didn't feel heard and I didn't feel listened to, and I felt patronized and I did not feel safe, and none of that is okay. I'm very much trying to think of it as like a learning moment, which feels like bullshit me saying it, but like I have to make it okay. I don't know. Because like going into any surgical procedure now, I have a page that I print out that has all of the important stuff that new people that I have never dealt with before have to know about. That you can't hyperextend my arms during any procedure because my pulse disappears. I have certain things that help me get through surgical procedures, like scopolamine patches, because it helps me with motion sickness after I have anesthesia of any kind when I'm back in a vehicle. It's about how I have trouble waking up from anesthesia. Like, I have a whole list that goes with me that makes it easier for me to explain to other medical people what works, you know, what size needles work, what size IVs, all of that. And there's a whole section in there about me having horrible pain sometimes after procedures that are not supposed to have horrible pain. And especially with this last go round, and I know that there were complications, I know that there was secondary stuff that like nobody was prepared for and whatnot, but it's why I try to go into these things so prepared so that I can give them as much knowledge as for the decades of junk that I've been going through. And you know, yes, it's to protect me. Yes, it's to make sure that I am in the least amount of pain that I can possibly be in, you know, after I wake up. But it's also because I don't want, you know, doctors and nurses and all of that, I don't want them having to scramble to learn something that I already know. And so for the tube placement, like, I talked to 7 different people to their faces about, and some of these people were people that I already had talked to. Like, this wasn't their first foray into, you know, my special snowflake. So 7 people I told about how I have problems after general anesthesia, that if there is pain involved, I literally cannot process it. I cannot physically be okay with it. Like, I have to have help to get past the anesthesia part so that my normal, you know, dealing with pain mechanisms and whatever can like fall back into place. And so all of these people assured me that they had everything under control, because anesthesia and pain management for my health system are kind of the same group of people. And so they were like, absolutely, you know, we do this every day, we've got you covered, blah, blah, blah. And all I remember from that day is pre-op and then screaming for hours because I was in so much pain. And it was so disappointing. And my mom was scared because, you know, there's nothing that she can do but stand there with me, you know, and tell me that, you know, people are trying. And I don't even remember my mom, anything about that. All I remember is the pain, like for hours and hours and hours and hours. And it's so upsetting when I take so many precautions and I try so hard, you know, to really, really like get these people to understand how it's not gonna go like they think. And of course they're just like, well, you know, of course it'll be fine, of course we have it taken care of, you know, we're gonna do the same things that we always do. And then stuff like that happens. So my survey I put in there, I was like, I really have no idea how I'm mentally going to get from where I'm at now to the point that I need to be in, that I can actually put my trust and faith back in those people. I really don't know. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. So thankfully I have a few weeks. I think next week I see GI again and I'll figure out when the next procedure is supposed to happen. Which I think it'll be sometime the first week or second week, maybe in December, which is right around my birthday, which I'd much rather, I don't know if I'd rather it be done or rather to wait until afterwards. I don't know yet. But anyways, I'm hanging in there. Things are getting better. Whole tons of medication and stuff to keep everything under control at the moment, but I will take that over the blinding pain, over anything else. So we'll keep on keeping on, and I think I might try to feed this weekend and kind of see how it goes, even though it still seems so backwards. It's not like I need a whole lot of it. And I've been eating, like, to me, what feels like amazing. It's weird, like, I can feel my muscles moving in my stomach, and so like it pulls on my abdominal wall, which I had thought about before the surgery. Thinking about it and feeling it are very, very different, and so it's almost like having to relearn when I'm hungry, because I don't know what that feels like anymore. So anyways, it's been interesting, and I've been, what I feel like is like eating ridiculously good. And so I hadn't weighed myself since the surgery, and I don't know, like I didn't want that to color my opinion like on how I was eating. I just wanted to see like kind of how it went, and I really felt like it was like going super good, and I was still like soaking wet. I was still 100 pounds this morning. I was like, well, at least it's not 98, like it's something. So anyways, we'll keep on, we'll get there. So that's it. I'm gonna probably end the video now. And I got more to tell you guys about too, so I'll keep you posted on all the good stuff, and we'll go from there on the next round of our adventure. So love you guys, and give the video a like and subscribe below and ask tons of questions, and I'll get it all covered. So